everybody, and welcome back to another exciting episode of Bumper to Bumper. That song you just listened to was by my good friend Charlie Scoville. You got to check him out. He's got an array of beautiful music, and we're live on the YouTube. We're not live. I don't know what I'm talking about, but this podcast is being recorded, so you can hear it with your ears or you can watch it with your eyeballs on our YouTube page. And wow, so exciting. Today we got a rainy day in Los Angeles. It's very gloomy. It's a great day to be in bumper to bumper traffic because I don't know if you know this about Los Angeles, but when it rains in this city, no one knows how to drive, myself included. I'm not better than anyone else. I'm not claiming to be. But let's get to it. We got an exciting guest tonight. His name is Carlos, and I'm going to mispronounce his name, Arellano. I don't know what I'm talking about. We'll get him to pronounce his last name because I'm going to mess it up. I know him as Carlos. He's an amazing actor, been on a ton of shows, but I met him at this bar called the Good Luck Bar in Los Angeles, which is now closed. Carlos is a OG Angelino, and he has seen this landscape change over time. And we're going to get into it. But before we get into that, we're going to call my co-host, Chris Candy, because it wouldn't be Bumper to Bumper without that pretty boy, Chris. So let's call him up right now, see how he's doing. Got to plug him into the Mainframe YouTube channel. Matrix. Take the red pill, Chris.
Hello.
Oh, hello.
Hello.
It's beautiful, Chris.
Hello.
Hello. Wow.
We're back.
We're back, baby.
We're back.
Chris, I got 4 minutes with you until we pick up Carlos.
Okay.
I am swerving around. We really got to work out this. I have to work out how we're mounting our microphones in the car because the sandbag ain't cutting it. You know,
my sandbag works great. I kind of like the sandbag.
You like the sandbag. I don't know if I like this stupid arm. Whatever. Who cares? I'm always talking about technical issues. Nobody gives a shit.
No one
How are
cares.
you, Chris?
I'm good. I'm doing very good. I have the AC on in the car so the GoPro doesn't fire down. And
look, technical issues. Nobody cares.
You were talking about technical issues right when we started the show.
Whoa. My microphone mount is swerving.
Oh, technical issues, Rick. Technical issues. God.
Whatever.
All right, everyone. Welcome to Bumper to Bumper. My name's Chris Candy. I'm welcoming them. I want to welcome them.
Welcome them in.
What are you wearing right now, Rick? What are you wearing?
I'm naked. I'm completely nude. I'm wearing a Patagonia jacket because, you know, that's what you do when you work in production. You buy several Patagonias.
Yeah, why is that the production crew, they love like camping gear, Patagonia, Arc'teryx?
I don't know. I think because, like, who knows? I think we're all just sheep, myself included. I like Patagonia because you can like crunch them up into a little ball and stuff it into your backpack.
Your camera bag, huh?
Yeah, it's like a collapsible jacket. You don't have to worry about it, get it wrinkled. And you know what else? I don't know if you know this about Patagonia, but if you damage your Patagonia, which you will over time, the goose feathers start coming out. Patagonia, I'm walking by a guy right now with a Patagonia jacket. I'm driving by a guy walking with the Patagonia.
Yeah.
Patagonia's got a lifetime warranty, so you just mail in your jacket and they will send it. They'll repair it for free. It's really nice.
Heard about this. Yeah, Patagonia is the shit.
Yeah,
I have a friend.
Good company.
My friend Kizzy, she gets a 40% off Patagonia discount. She's like a Patagonia lifer.
She's an ambassador.
Huh. And I'm not trying to get in trouble or anything, but I've definitely.
Why would she get in trouble?
I got a deal through her every once in a while. Let me tell you that much. I got a Patagonia jacket, but I lost it. It was a running jacket.
Oh, how'd you lose the jacket? See, they're so small. What'd you do? How'd you lose the jacket?
I don't know. It's gone. It's not here anymore.
Hey, Chris, what are you wearing?
I'm wearing a beanie and a Hawaiian shirt.
Oh, very Chris of you.
It's raining, everybody. It's raining in L.A.
It's raining in Los Angeles.
Have you talked about it? Did you talk about this in the intro, people? I don't know. You can't talk about it.
Yeah, I did talk about it. I talked about it in the intro. I talked about how nobody knows how to drive in the rain, myself included.
I'm the most scared during to do this podcast specifically in the rain.
Yeah, in the rain. I mean,
I've thought about it way too many times.
You thought about it?
Yeah, I thought about how dangerous it is because people drive crazy, all right?
Yeah,
and then I've got this. I got a hammer basically in front of my teeth, okay? I'm just a little nerd, all right?
Well, relax. It's all good. Everything's going to be fine.
Did you say? Oh, the mic. Yeah, I thought you said Mike, like Mike, our friend Mike Kavanaugh.
Oh no, not Mike Kavanaugh. I am very close to Carlos.
Yeah, we got Carlos today.
Carlos, I mispronounced his last name. He's got this guy's coming out. Okay.
What is it? How do you pronounce it?
Guy. I think it's Arellano. I think that's how you pronounce it.
Carlos.
I don't know.
Arellano.
I gotta ask him what he is. Is he Italian? Is he? What is he? What is Carlos? I love Carlos. Anyway, you keep talking. I'm gonna text Carlos and say I'm outside.
Okay.
I'm outside. Right in front of the church.
I'm hungry right now, so I'm going to drive to Starbucks.
Where are you going to go?
Starbucks.
Whoa, Starbucks. I thought you were a coffee bean kind of guy.
I am a coffee bean. But the coffee bean, there isn't a drive-through one near me, and if you can't tell, this show requires a drive-through. It is a show for car-cultured people.
Yes,
so I'm going to Starbucks, get myself hopefully they've got a bagel bite. Maybe I'll get a bagel. I'm getting ready to run a marathon next weekend. Not this coming weekend, but the following weekend.
Oh, fun!
I'm freaking excited about that. It's out in Death Valley. That's gonna be beautiful out there.
Do you carb up? Do you carb up when you ride? Run? Whatever the hell you do.
You do the night before. Like this is a week out. I've been training a lot, so I'm hungry.
Carlos doesn't see me.
Oh no!
I'm trying to. Well, okay. Oh, I see where he is. Hold on. I went to the wrong address. I didn't go to the wrong address. I trusted my Google Maps a little too much.
Oh really? So you see him, but he doesn't see you?
No. Oh, there he is. Oh, he's looking great. He's got a plaid shirt on. Get in the car.
Nice.
Here we go. He's stepping right into the lion's den.
Oh my God! This fiend.
Here we go.
He's about to get.
Hey, buddy.
There he is.
You're on. You're live. Hold on. I'm gonna get you plugged in. Get
him all wired up.
Get your seatbelt on.
Get him wired up.
Chris, you'll hear Chris in a second. I'm gonna give you an ear pod.
What's up, buddy?
Can't hear him now.
You can't hear me now, but when it's in, let me know.
Get comfortable.
This is my favorite part of the show.
Yeah, the favorite part is the intros. You know what I was thinking, Chris? Like for the promos that we do for Instagram, we'll just show the intros because it's always awkward.
It's very awkward.
You want to see? Whoop.
We don't want to do that.
Very awkward.
Hold on a second. Carlos is. Chris, why don't you talk to us about running? We're gonna get set up over here.
What are you talking about? Why are you putting the spotlight on me?
Talk about your running career.
Yeah, my running career. You don't care to know. Look, the reality is I got a race coming up. I'm going to do something that Rick doesn't like. I'm going to say tomorrow's Thanksgiving, but when this show comes out, it's going to be who knows when. But so
can you hear Carlos? Hold on. Okay, enough about you. Okay, I just want you to.
A little devious guy here.
Can you hear him?
Say hello. Say Carlos. How are you, brother?
We're having technical issues.
Technical issues.
Keep talking about yourself.
I hear him loud and clear, man.
I
hear him loud and clear.
Okay, there we go. Okay, wait. Try it now.
Carlos,
try this.
Could
just hold on 1 second.
Whoa.
Carlos is getting dialed in. Okay.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, I hear him fine.
Chris, how are you, buddy?
Oh my God, Carlos, how
There we
are
go.
you?
Yeah. Nice.
I'm good, man. What? This is like the perfect day for this. You know why?
Why?
Because I love when it rains in LA.
Oh, me too.
Yes.
I
LA.
love when it's cool and
washes
cold
all the filth away.
It's raining.
Yep.
It's the best.
Yeah.
And this is the season.
Where are we
You know what I
taking
mean?
you? Are we?
You know what I want to do?
Yeah, tell
What's
us.
that?
I just had some Cuban coffee in my house.
All right.
But I want to go get some more Cuban coffee and a guava pie at the Tropical on Silver Lake and Sunset.
Okay,
perfect.
nice. Cafe
We'll go
Tropical. Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
Carlos, are you Cuban?
I am. I'm Cuban Mexican, and I grew up with my mother. I grew up on the Cuban side.
My friend Carlos is Cuban.
Nice, man.
So I grew up hanging out with a bunch of Cuban people.
So you're familiar.
I love the culture, man. I love it.
Thank you, brother.
Christmas Eve
Carlos,
is so much fun.
Yes, it is, man. Well, you know that Silver Lake and Echo Park had a Cuban community back in the day.
They did?
They did.
That's what I want to talk about.
Well, this is why El Cafe Tropical used to be a Cuban Puerto Rican spot.
Huh. Okay.
Because Cubans and Puerto Ricans basically are the same people. It's two different islands, but the Caribbean islands, Latin Caribbean, Spanish Caribbean, very similar. A lot of the same customs, so on and so forth. Anyhow, the point is that Cafe Tropical used to be a Cuban Puerto Rican spot back in the day.
Got it.
And then the guy who owned Hollywood Billiards.
Hollywood Billiards, of course. Yeah, I remember. It's still there.
Well, I don't think so.
Oh no, it's not. You're right. It's gone. It's
the original Hollywood Billiards was on Western and Hollywood.
Okay.
And the building is still there.
Yeah.
And you would actually walk down into like the, I guess you can say, basement or lower level. And that was Hollywood Billiards. It was awesome.
What was
when did that close down?
I think that closed down, let's see, I'm going to say it went on for, I'm going to say sometime in the 90s it probably closed down. 90s or early 2000s.
Is there a Cuban restaurant that used to be in Echo Park called like La Caridad or something like that? Or?
Yeah. Well, you had La Caridad, which was on Temple. And then El Cochinito, which is still there, has been there since like 88.
Right.
Yeah.
And I don't think I've been to either of those ones, but my good bud, his whole family, they go over there all the time. I went to there's a Cuban restaurant I went to that's over kind of close to downtown near there's a post lady here. She just looked at me so weird because she sees all the gear.
A post lady?
Yeah, post lady. Someone who's delivering the mail. Not like a post lady like post.
A postwoman.
Postwoman.
You can say good afternoon for us.
Post Malone.
Okay, anyways, whatever. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what Cuban spots I've been to. I'm excited to have you on the show today, Carlos, because I've known you for so many years, but you've got such a dense character, and you're such like a warm and fun person to be around.
Well, thank you, man. Likewise.
So Rick was telling me earlier that you're born and raised in Los Angeles?
No. I was raised in Los Angeles.
I messed up.
We came out from Chicago in '75.
You're born in Chicago.
I was actually born in Mexico City.
Oh shit! I'm going.
Then I came out. We came to the U.S. when I was 2.
Okay.
And then I grew up in Chicago for 5 years, and then we came out in '75.
Oh well, you were basically you grew up here then.
Yeah. I mean, I've been here like 44, 45 years.
Wow.
Man. Practically all my life.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I think I butchered your last name, Arellano.
I did it
right.
Arellano, either way.
Arellano. It's almost
okay.
You say it Italian.
Arellano.
Well, it's a Spanish last name, which is very obviously, Spanish, Italian, very similar.
So your mom was on the Cuban side?
My mother's Cuban of Spanish descent. My father, who I didn't grow up with, I know about him, but I didn't grow up with him. He's Mexican, Spanish descent.
Right.
And then I recently did my DNA, which was pretty interesting.
Oh, did you do like the 23andMe thing?
Yeah, 23andMe, man. And so I always knew there was a lot of Spanish on both sides, and I thought there could be some native, which there is on my dad's side.
Native American,
yeah. And then also, I always thought there could be some North African because of the Cuban side, and there is.
Cool.
But I also learned that there's British Irish in my DNA.
How much?
Which is pretty interesting.
How much you got of that?
Like over 3%.
Oh wow. Yeah.
So not like a ton, but it's there. You know what I mean? And you know how these DNA things are. They break it down, but it's mostly Spanish. It's like I'm mostly Southern European with some Northern European.
Right.
And then some other things. So that was pretty interesting.
How long ago did you do the DNA test?
I did 23andMe like 6-8 months ago.
So
roughly.
if you go back on it today, they update it continuously.
It changes because the way that works is that depending how many people do it.
Yes.
And the information that they have on different groups, your percentages are going to change a little bit. Like mine changed.
Yeah.
Mine changed a little bit, not a lot. So like when I first did it, it showed German, French. It showed pretty much everything I still see, but with some German, French.
Yeah.
And then now it shows. It doesn't show the German, French, but it shows. I think the British, Irish went up a little bit.
Okay.
And it shows like some Egyptian as well.
Yeah.
So anyhow, it changes
expands.
a little bit, but obviously,
Egyptian.
a lot of us, we have a little bit of all these,
Yeah, we
But
all
there's
got
one-
Pangea,
there's
man. We're all one
What's
great
that?
big Pangea, man. We're all one great big world here, man.
Exactly.
Pangea Man. That'd be a great superhero name, Pangea
So
Man.
it's interesting,
Pangea
man.
Man.
It's fun,
So,
So yeah, man. I'm sorry.
oh no,
We do a lot.
I
This is a
love
lot
it.
of the podcast where we go.
This was my first. This was my first apartment in
really?
in Los Feliz,
We're on-
3950.
We're on Los Feliz Boulevard right now.
3950 Los Feliz
Was
Boulevard.
traffic
is where it was my first.
Always
apartment.
this bad on this street?
Yeah.
On this particular? It's the
yeah.
worst street in,
Yeah,
in
but
Los
you know
Feliz.
what? But I'm going to tell you something. It's funny you say that because a friend of mine was like, "Man, the traffic." It's never
Right.
bothered me.
You're good
It's
about
never
it.
bothered me.
I'm in
Like
line
when
at
I lived here.
Oh, go for
Yeah,
it.
no, it doesn't bother me. It never bothered me.
Chris,
you know
nobody
what I mean?
cares about your coffee business.
I'm sorry,
okay?
Chris.
He's
Go
getting
ahead,
coffee.
buddy.
I
He's
just
got to tell
want pe- I
everybody.
want-
You know what?
people to-
I already had like 4 shots, but I'm gonna go for another 2 shots.
I just want look. I just want people to see that I'm waiting in a
don't
long
love it.
ass line. It's huge. So the biggest line I've ever been in to get coffee. But I don't care because I'm doing the podcast and it's cold in the car.
Now,
That's right, baby.
Is Cuban coffee, is it stronger than typical American coffee, would you say?
It is
Yeah.
because well, here's the thing. Here's the thing. Cuban coffee is basically a Spanish espresso.
Okay.
But what makes it a Cuban coffee, traditionally, because now it's kind of changed. Now it's you can say loose. Right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean, so to speak. But traditionally, what makes it a Cuban coffee is that when you make the Spanish espresso, you blend in the sugar.
Right.
You see, so then it creates a foam, and it's already sweet.
Ah.
Oh,
You see,
okay.
that's what makes it a Cuban coffee. And I have to say, not because I am Cuban, but to me, it's one of my favorite espressos because it
Yeah.
has such a great flavor.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And a smell to it.
Oh, yeah.
I love it.
It sounds delicious.
Yeah.
I do a double shot of espresso every morning. I just make
Double
it.
shot, baby.
Bada
I
bing,
just have
bada
4.
boom.
Boom, bam, bam.
You do 4. If I do too much, I start.
You know what? I'm
I had
used
two-
to it,
I had
man.
2
I can
shots
actually
this
drink
morning.
coffee and sleep. You did 2 shots?
I did 2 shots this
Nice.
morning and I'm feeling it. But I'm just going to get food right now. I might get a coffee. I'm living dangerously, guys.
I think you need another 2 shots, baby.
So you came here in 75.
75.
Wow.
man,
So
yeah.
I mean, have you always been on the east side in Los Feliz area?
No, I'll tell you, man. When we first came out here, we moved into this building, which is now part of Paramount.
Okay.
It's
Oh, over on Melrose?
on Melrose. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you've ever been on the Paramount lot, there's a few red brick buildings there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
That used to be apartments.
Mm.
So we moved into one of those buildings when we first came out. So I lived literally in front of what used to be one of the main gates or the main gate of Paramount when we first moved out here.
Okay.
Oh, that's
And it was really awesome, man, because I would see the traffic go in and out and what have you. And anyhow, we lived there for like a month, and then we moved to Venice Beach. And
Wow.
we lived in Venice where it used to be rough. Now it's all gentrified.
Yeah.
But like if you've ever been to Venice and you go into the actual Venice neighborhoods,
Yeah.
it's pretty cool, man. It's very cool, actually. But back in the day, it was kind of rough. So we moved there for a couple of weeks. And then
Just
we
a couple
moved
weeks.
Yeah, well, it was kind of rough,
It's
you know.
rough
So my
back
mom
then,
was like,
yeah.
you know what? Let's
Get
move
outta
somewhere
here.
else.
There's a lot of-
Although, I mean, the time that we were there, I mean, because I always, as a kid, made friends really quick.
right.
So, like, I remember when we first moved there, there was like this broken down ice cream truck or some kind of truck in the back of the building. And me and the local kids were all like playing back there. And anyhow, it was fun, you know, the couple of weeks that I was there. And so then we moved to Palms, not Palm Springs,
No,
Palms in
Palms.
West LA.
Yeah, by Culver City.
That's where
Exactly.
that's where my friend Carlos lives. That's where he grew up in
Well,
God, wow, all right.
it's funny you say that because when we first moved to Palm, see, back in the day, like in the 70s, 80s,
Yeah.
Culver City, Palms. I say Culver City, Palms because I used to tell people, oh yeah, I live in Palms. And they would say Palm Springs.
Yeah.
Right.
So after a while, I started saying Culver City Palms because it's divided by Venice Boulevard.
And Mar Vista,
so it's pretty much
Palms,
the same.
yeah,
and Mar Vista, exactly.
Yeah.
So back in the day, kind of going back to the whole Cuban thing, there used to be a pretty large community also in Culver City.
Oh,
so
cool.
within the Cuban community, they called Culver City Cuba City.
Oh, I didn't. That's cool.
You know what I mean?
Do they still call it that? Or?
No. A lot of the Cubans, you know, they either moved out or passed away, or anyhow. But so we moved there, and then we lived there for like 2.5 years.
Okay.
And what is now Sony used to be MGM. And I remember back in the day, that's when Chips was around.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and I remember going up to
Eric Estrada.
Eric Estrada.
Yeah, I remember me and my good friend at the time, we went up to the MGM, like one of the main buildings, and we were like, hey, could we get some pictures of Chips? So they gave us like these, you know, autographed pictures of Chips.
Oh, that's cool.
Which was cool.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, we were.
How old were you?
We were like, man, how old was I? I'm gonna say I was about roughly 10, 9 or 10.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Did you?
So that was MG.
Oh,
I'm sorry?
I was just curious. When you were a kid, did you do like? Were you into like surfing or skateboarding or biking around, or what was like? What would you do when you were a kid for fun in these neighborhoods?
Well, you know what, man. Of course, you know, we played outside. We'd play like, you know, the typical hide and go seek, tag, roller skate.
Hide and go seek, such a good game.
Yeah, yeah. So we did that. You know what I mean? And you know, as kids, you kind of sometimes get into some like, you know, whatever silly things. So we would do some
Mischief.
of that. Oh, we would mischief, exactly.
Yeah.
You know, play spin the bottle. Remember spin the bottle?
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
I think I played it once.
This goes way
I
back.
think I played it once.
Yeah.
Spin the
This
bottle
goes
always kind
way
of happens
back.
when people are really drunk, and then like there's
Yeah.
like 2 rounds that happen, and then it just stops. It's like
Yeah.
Right. Well,
never
we were
goes too
kids,
long.
so right. I
least
mean,
in
we
my
were
experience.
kids, so we weren't drunk. You know what I mean? But it was fun nonetheless.
Right.
But I also, man,
I
always
wasn't drunk either. I was of age when I was playing Spin the Bottle. Just
You
so
were
everyone knows.
drunk. No, I'm just kidding.
I was maybe
You
22.
played it last week, right?
Yeah, I played it last night.
Yeah.
Okay, so
yeah, man. So, but you know, the thing also is that not only in Chicago but here, a big part of my upbringing was going to the movies.
Yeah.
We went to the movies all the time.
Did you have a
Right.
favorite theater that you would go to?
We used to go to the Culver 3, which
Okay.
is now
the ArcLight.
No. It's now the
Wrong.
Live Theater. It's the
Oh, yeah,
Kirk
yeah,
Douglas.
yeah. I know what you're talking
the
about.
Kirk Douglas Theater used to
Right.
be the Culver 3.
I didn't know that.
So
That's
we
very
used to-
cool.
Yeah. And we used to go to another one, which used to be in downtown Culver City. I mean, they're both in downtown Culver City, but there was another one where the ArcLight is at, or where
Okay.
AMC is at. I think it's
Right.
AMC. More or less right there.
Yeah.
There used to be a theater called the Mar Vista. Now, here's something cool about that. We because basically growing up, our whole thing was the beach, the movies, the neighborhood, and when I say the beach, Venice and Santa Monica.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the movies would be like Hollywood, Westwood. Westwood back in the day was a big deal.
Yeah.
Huge
And
movie
Culver
town.
City.
Yeah. Big
Oh,
movie
totally.
town.
There's all
And
the movie theaters were in Westwood. When I was a kid growing up, same experience. Like you'd get dropped off in Westwood,
Yeah.
and there would be like literally like 10 to 12 movie theaters that would each specific one would, if there was 12
Have its
releases
own, it'd
going
be
on.
its own. Yeah. The studio would have its own theater.
Totally.
More or
No,
less,
totally. Yeah, man. And now, kind of going back to the Mar Vista Theater and
Right.
the Promenade, the 3rd Street Promenade.
Yeah.
That there was a theater. There was the Mar Vista, and then there was the Criterion on the 3rd Street Promenade.
I remember that one.
which I think is still there.
I
I'm
think
not
it is.
sure.
It's like a little art house theater. Over
Now,
there.
there was a long period, man, in the 80s where Mar Vista and Criterion, you can go see current films, 2 current films for 49 cents.
Oh my God.
It was just something that they did,
It was like a special.
and all the time.
Yeah.
though. And it worked.
Wow.
It worked. So
So you just load up. Get
it would be
movies in.
packed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that was pretty cool.
Can you recall like a movie that you saw when you were a kid that just like blew your mind?
Yeah.
When you saw it? You know, like
Good
where
question.
you were like, oh my god.
I saw a lot of films, man. I mean, I really did. And I would see them sometimes 2 or 3 times. But let's see. One film that I guess had an impact. Well, I mean, a lot of them had an impact on me. But that I can remember. Oh, man. Well, I mean, there's so many, to be honest with you, man. But I'm gonna just throw one out there. You remember a film called Thunderbolt and Lightfoot?
No, what was that one?
Oh, that's you got to see that film.
Thunderbolt and Lightfoot.
Thunderbolt and Lightfoot.
Okay.
Thunderbolt and Lightfoot. Okay.
This is
Never heard of this.
Oh, well, you got to see it.
All right.
This is Clint Eastwood.
Okay.
Jeff Bridges.
Oh wow.
Okay. Cool.
And I forget the other actors, but very good film. You know, one of those like hot, cops and robbers kind of films, but very cool, very 70s.
Right.
You know, if you YouTube the opening scene, I'm not even going to tell you. Just YouTube the opening scene to Thunderbolt and Lightfoot.
What was it about that movie that made an impact?
Oh man, it was just, you know what, man? It was just I would say, man, apart from like, you know, the cast that was in it, you know, the actors, I would say the cinematography and just like the style and the mood.
Yeah.
It was very cool, man.
Just like the whole experience.
Very cool. And you know, you're talking back in the day when you had those really cool like Camaros and Mustangs.
Yeah, so it was
so
like
you see that in the film.
You like looked up to them in a way. It was kind of like
oh
these
yeah,
guys
man.
Were,
It was like, I mean, you know, you're a kid, so you know you're taking all this in and you want to go drive a Camaro when you get out of the theater, but you're not old enough.
Now, were you always interested in acting and interested in being involved in the movies? Like,
hold on, I'm going to put my order in here. I'm going to put my order in to answer that question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's getting a coffee right now, so we all got
nice.
We all got to watch.
I like it. I like
listen to it.
You're right, man.
Yeah, thanks. Smooth. Every episode we do, there's like some weird technical issue we have to deal with, but it's going smooth right now. So
smooth sailing, baby. Smooth sailing.
Hey, can I get a spinach feta wrap?
Oh, healthy.
Oh, nice.
Healthy.
I'll get a small decaf iced
He's a
Americano.
vegetarian.
Decaf?
Yeah, he gets decaf.
Come
it's weird.
on!
He likes the taste.
No,
he likes the taste of it, but
Chris,
That's
are you
it.
kidding
I still don't understand why. I tuned out when he explained why he liked decaf last.
I think
I was
Cav.
so appalled.
I mean, listen, if it was later,
If you're gonna keep making fun of me for my dietary,
no,
not you, Carlos, not you.
He's talking about me.
Yeah.
Wait, why
Rick's
do you
just-
like decaf again?
Because I love the taste of coffee, okay?
Yeah,
love
that's
it.
right.
Like,
Yeah,
I
me
think
too, man. I love
it's
coffee,
just so
man.
good. It's like, I don't smoke cigarettes or anything, but coffee,
Yeah,
I could just, you know, have a cup all day. But there's one day, I think it was when I started getting into the marathon training, I started spinning out. Just like, you know, the caffeine would like,
Too
you know,
much.
it would like start like mini little anxiety attacks and stuff. And like,
Yeah,
it was
that's
just
not
way
good.
too much. So it was funny. The minute I stopped drinking the coffee, I stopped having them. And I was like, oh, okay. Then that was easily jump starting whatever anxiety was coming up. But, but yeah, I just like the taste of it. And
Yeah, it tastes amazing, man.
and I'm the fucking best, and I could do whatever the hell I want to do with my life.
That's right.
Do whatever you want. You run somebody over right now. Are you at
No,
Starbucks?
it's impossible. I'm going to do the whole, FYI, I'm going to do the whole fucking podcast from this line at Starbucks. You're going to get to the destination. I swear to God, it's going to be humor. It's going to be
I'm
the
taking Carlos
funniest.
on the. We're going on the long route.
Are you at the Starbucks you over here in Atwater?
No, I'm on.
No,
I'm on
he's
the
on the
corner
west
of
side.
Highland. This isn't the west side, first of all. This is Mid City.
It's Hollywood.
I'm on the corner.
Whatever.
Well, no. Okay, this is a good question, actually, Carlos. You could, because I grew up in
Yes.
Los Angeles.
Yes.
But so I can relate to all these stories. Just
Sure.
a bit of a different generation. But so, how do you break down the city? Because it's like you're doing a great job telling us all about these awesome neighborhoods that a lot of people who might be listening won't know about. But like, okay, what's East Side for you? What's West Side? Break it up for me.
Okay. Well, pretty much, I mean, East Side would be from like I would say, I mean, obviously Los Feliz, Silver Lake, Echo Park is east side. Not East LA though. There's a difference.
Yes.
There's a difference. East LA is behind, it's east of downtown.
Yes.
Then you're going into East LA territory. Lincoln Heights, Boyle Heights. And it goes further.
Yeah.
It goes further in. Now, the east side, or East Hollywood, would be Silver Lake, Los Feliz. Los Feliz being specifically northeast, and Silver Lake being East Hollywood.
So you pronounce it Los Feliz, because some people say Los Feliz.
Well, it's Los Feliz, which means the happy ones.
Yes.
But yeah, you can say Los Feliz, Feliz, either way.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah.
But the way, so I would break it down like, I mean, obviously it's also changed too. Like when growing up, it wasn't so broken down.
Right.
Now it's more so, which I think makes sense, and it just adds more charm to the city. You know, so basically, you know, you have like, pretty much from where we are at, I'm gonna say it goes East Side or East Hollywood, then Central Hollywood, then West Hollywood, then Beverly Hills. Now, once you go south of Beverly Hills, you're going into West LA.
Yes, and that's the west side.
Or if you go west of Beverly Hills, that's also West LA.
Yes.
You see? So like Westwood is West LA.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now, that also borders Brentwood. Okay, which is now bordering Santa Monica.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it pretty much, I mean, I guess if you really think about it, every few miles in any direction, it's gonna become a different neighborhood, or in some cases, a number of miles. But that's going from east to west from where we are. Then now from where we are, going north to south.
Okay.
You know, you have
I find this all very, very interesting and accurate, by the way.
Well, thank you. Then you go, what do? You go from where we are, if you go, let's say, towards La Brea and Venice, right? That's mid-city.
Yeah.
That's mid-city. And if you go Fairfax and Olympic, that's mid-Wilshire, or like Miracle Mile.
Miracle Mile,
Lackawanna.
Exactly. So that's mid-Wilshire. You got mid-city. You know, you got obviously a little going west and a little south. You got Mar Vista and Venice.
What about Rancho Cucamonga?
Rancho Cucamonga, baby! You know what's funny, man?
I always love the name of that city.
I don't think I've ever been to Rancho Cucamonga.
I don't think anyone has ever been to Rancho Cucamonga.
You have? I may have, but I don't think so.
What is it like? Tell us about it, Chris?
It's not as interesting as the name. I'll put it that way. Rancho Cucamonga's got a lot of houses, and then it's got a lot of like new development, like Best Buys and malls out there.
Boring. That's what LA's kind of becoming a little bit. A lot of these places are closing down, and they're putting up these new, you know, like you heard about Amoeba's closing down.
Yeah, but they're moving Amoeba.
That's been going on for a while.
They're moving Amoeba.
Amoeba's going to move.
I'm trying to segue us.
I want to, because I want to hear. I want to say this real quick. Carlos worked.
Yes,
I'm sure you worked at the Good Luck Bar, that's where I came to know you.
Yeah.
And I want to hear about your acting career too, but I can't imagine. You must have so many fucking great stories from working at Good Luck Bar.
Good Luck Bar was around for like 25 years. They were around.
The Good Luck was there for 25 plus years.
It was like a staple of the East Side.
Yeah, and I was there for like over 7 years, and I'm still working.
Hold on,
I'm
going to come up and pay real quick. Hold on.
It's one of my side gigs.
Okay. Yeah.
At another bar, the Pikey,
No,
which
I'm
has
fine,
been there
Yeah, 'cause he owns a few bars, right?
The company, they have like a number of bars in the city. So, you know, Jones.
Oh, right.
Pikey.
Jones on 3rd?
Jones on 3rd,
Okay, yeah.
No, not Jones on 3rd. Jones on Santa Monica.
No,
and,
Jones, the pizzeria. Thank you so much. Have a great one.
Yeah,
Take care.
Jones Hollywood.
Yeah.
On Santa Monica, and I forget the other street. But anyhow,
it's Italian.
so Bar Lube. Yeah, it's basically.
They own Bar Lubitsch
by the way,
too.
By the way, the food is amazing.
It's good.
Oh yeah.
It's an Italian / whiskey bar basically.
Okay. Nice.
So yes, they do, Chris. They have Bar Lubitsch, Jones, Pikey, Roger Room, El Carmen, Swingers.
El Carmen.
Swingers. Yeah, Swingers East. Now they used to have a couple of places closed not too long ago. But they still have like several bars out here, and they got a bunch of hotels in New York, which is it's kind of a different. It's another like part of the company. It's not really connected, but sort of is because it's some of the same owners.
Okay.
Or one of the same owners. Anyhow, but yeah, the Good Luck was awesome, man. It was there for like 25 plus years, and then years ago, I worked at the Derby Hollywood.
You worked at the Derby in Hollywood?
I did.
Are they closed too?
Oh, that's now a Chase Bank.
Well, check it out.
It's a Chase Bank. Somebody turned
torch garbage can.
So the building itself is a historical landmark.
Okay.
And I actually, as one of my other side jobs, because I work the Pikey as a side, I work at the Pikey as a side job, and then also
you're at the Pikey now.
I'm there once a week, and then I also work for my buddy downtown who used to own the Derby.
Okay.
Oh.
So I'll tell you something about that building, the Derby.
Yeah.
So the Derby is a historical landmark, as we all know. As I think many people are probably aware. But anyhow.
I wasn't aware.
Okay, well, there you go.
Now I'm aware.
It's a historical landmark. So what used to be Louisa's Trattoria, which is now Mess Hall, years ago, the exterior was Al's Diner from Happy Days.
Oh, wow.
Really?
Did they film it there as well?
I don't know how often they would film there.
Yeah.
But it was the exterior of
shot.
Al's Diner.
Oh, very cool.
Okay. And the Derby Hollywood was one of the original Brown Derbies.
When did the Derby close?
The Derby closed, I'm going to say mid to late 2000s.
Yeah, I remember hearing about that.
Yeah.
'Cause I was just kind of stepping into Los
Yeah.
Feliz.
I played there a couple times, yeah.
Did you really?
Yeah. Right towards the end, I played there twice with my friend John Caligiuri. We had a band.
Oh, nice, man.
And
nice.
yeah, I was really
and you
fortunate.
Still have a band.
I still have a band.
Yeah.
But the bass player of the current band, he played drums with us there once. Fletch.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, it was one of those moments where, just for me, and especially about Hollywood that keeps closing down, and LA that keeps closing down, I was really honored the fact that I got to play at the Derby.
Absolutely, man. That place was a novelty. It was like it was a really fun, hot spot.
Now, what do you feel like when a place like the Derby closed down and you got connections to it? What did you feel? Because when we talked about Good Luck Bar closing, you seemed like you were okay with the change in landscape of what's going on. I'm curious to just get your opinion.
That's a good question, man. I mean, listen, I'm a believer of change.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And we need to evolve. Now, with that said, we don't want to lose. There's things or places that we don't want to lose. There's charm and personality and history that we don't want to lose. So I do, and I know a lot of people may are not. Let's see, how can I say? Well, I don't know. I've kind of met both. I mean, I've met a lot of people that are not happy about gentrification, but then I've also met, a good number that are for it. I think that, again, growing up in LA, right? There's been streets or buildings where I've thought, man, there's nothing great about that. Something different, something nice, something new needs to go there.
Right.
Okay. Now, what I don't like seeing is places, again, going back to the charm and personality and history, places like the Good Luck close. You know what I mean? Or the Derby. But also, you know what? Like, the Good Luck had a great run. The Derby had a great run. Had they still been around, I mean, of course, it would be amazing. So, it's kind of like, for me, it's like, yes, I don't like seeing some of the things that we've lost, but I also understand that we need to evolve. Create new things.
It's a good way to be. Hold on.
My friend, just to go on that, like that guy Sam Sweet, Rick, who was on the last podcast briefly, He does a lot of, as a friend of mine, he's a writer, and he does a lot of work on old historical places and everything. He researches everything, but he had this really great observation about businesses and buildings, and they end up like really good ones end up having like a real human lifespan. Like they don't last forever, right? So it's like, you know, like you can look at the Good Luck Bar like a 25-year-old who burned out real quick, you know?
Yeah,
but,
sure.
But like, you know, there's these family businesses that are around forever, these restaurants or whatnot, or stores,
Musso.
you know. Yeah, like Musso's, who knows how long that's going to be around for, right? Maybe it's going to be around forever because it's got the life support. But, you know, it's like Tom Bergen's, the bar down the street from my place, the building will be there, but it's gone through so many different operations that, you know, it's like, who knows if it's going to ever reopen, but there's something that's okay about that. I do understand that, and I kind of appreciate it. It's just sad, you know, dealing with the loss of a place that you spend a lot of time in is tough.
It is, and here's another thing that I like seeing, man. LA, as we all know, for many, many years, and for the most part still is, a city of cars, okay?
Oh my,
I mean,
we're in a car right now. We're doing a podcast in a car.
Which is also part of the charm, and I say charm because there is something kind of like, I think, and you know, I think there's something kind of charming to me. I think there's something kind of charming about just the way we live our lives in terms of how we travel, but also I'm a person who loves to walk. Like I grew up in Chicago when I was younger. I lived in New York a short time in my early 20s, and I love, you know, the practicality, the functionality of, and you know, being able to walk, and not only the functionality, but you're connected. So I know I'm kind of like, it's kind of like, to me, it's kind of like there's something about how we live our lives traveling in our cars, but then I see LA becoming, we used to build out and we're building up. And so it's becoming more functional, and it's becoming more about pockets, and it's becoming more about living, playing, and working in your pocket. And I like seeing that.
Interesting.
So I kind of like, I know maybe I'm sort of, well, I appreciate both.
Right.
I appreciate being able to walk and connect, but I also appreciate the fact that, I don't know, not that I like to be in my car
who does
that along, but there's something sweet about just taking a nice drive.
Like,
you know what I mean,
like this right now.
You know, I remember when I was younger, I would sometimes take drives on PCH. You know, in the middle, I would just, it would be like sometimes, I don't know, 10 or 11 or 12, and you know, I didn't do it a lot, but there was times that I would take a drive. I would often take a drive, and sometimes, or a few times, I took a drive down PCH.
It's relaxing.
So I think that kind of sums up what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
You know?
Chris, we're at Cafe Tropical, so why don't you get out? We'll keep it going.
Sure.
So you come back in, and then we'll take you.
You want anything?
Can you give me a coffee?
Yeah. You wanna?
Give me what you get.
You got it, baby.
And I'll get you back.
No, you don't have to give me.
Okay. I love you, Carlos.
You know what? I'm gonna get us a guava pie.
Okay.
So when you see Chris, he gets a guava pie.
Oh my God! All right,
I love it.
Oh, you're the best.
I love it.
It's when I was. I'll tell you the story.
Okay,
when I get back.
cool. You tell us about it.
Right.
He's gonna go in there, and we're gonna continue the podcast. Me and
we're
you.
Keep it going. We're going back.
I think it's going pretty well. How is the weather on your side right now?
It's
the
good.
sun's coming out over here.
Yeah, I'm actually heading in your direction right now. I'm
nice.
Probably sharing the same weather you are. I have to be on the east side this lovely afternoon.
What are you doing this afternoon on the east side?
I'm going to swing over to my friend Carlos. He's got that other car. He's got a cactus store. I'm going to get a housewarming gift.
Cactus?
I'm going to get a housewarming gift for
me?
For my sister. Because I'm going to go over to her place. No. Well, it's like, all right. Tomorrow's Thanksgiving. You don't like me time
Chris,
stamping anything.
You're not supposed to tell them.
I love saying it.
God.
Who cares?
This isn't going to come out till 2020.
Yeah, I don't care.
maybe 2021. You know what I thought about it? It doesn't really matter because these podcasts just live in a weird pocket where some people will listen to them way down the line, hopefully, but no one's going to be, checking in.
We're going to get up to a pace where we're like caught up with
Yeah, we're very delayed right now because that's just the name of the game, I'm going to Mexico City next week.
Yeah, what's going on? Let's talk about that. You're going to Mexico.
I got booked on a big commercial job.
Look at this, commercial boys.
Don't even have headshots, and I got booked on a commercial, and I don't really know much about it. It's a non-union commercial, so they're going to pay me peanuts. But I love the director, Ian Ponge-Jewell. He's an amazing. We got to get him on the podcast. He lives in Portugal, but he's occasionally in LA. But he's got such a cool style, and he's awesome. And he's directing a commercial. I don't know who it's for. I have to sign an NDA when I get there, but I'm guessing it's either Google or Apple or HP or some giant corporation that makes technology, but I don't know who. So, never been to Mexico City. Excited to go.
You're going to have so much fun.
I'm going to be there for 4 days. I thought I was going to be there for 8 days. I had to turn down a goddamn directing job that I got offered at Twitch TV to do something like a promo thing, but whatever. It's just... Everything always happens at once, Chris? You do something fun and then immediately, they say in this business that if you want to get booked, book a vacation, because the moment you travel is when you're going to get all the jobs. Would you find that to be true?
It's so fucking stupid. I hate phrases like that, but they're so goddamn right. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's like, hey, you want to book a job? Go on vacation. It sounds so corny coming out of the mouth, but it's true. I booked a job.
Why is that?
I don't know. There's got to be something in the polarity of energy. I'm going to watch back me saying this and be like, you're such an idiot. There's something about
I don't think you're an idiot. This is great.
There's something about it. There's something about the polarities of that it's like the negative and the positive. I don't know. If you go away from something that you really want, you'll end up getting it as opposed to if you just drive after something. It's like the laws of attraction or something like that.
It's like look at magnets, when the two charges, the positives get together, they repel each other.
Yeah.
You need to have the positive and the negative, the yin and the yang, and all that good stuff, that blah, 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 blah.
That's the best part of the podcast. The podcast was really great when they went to the blah, 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 blah part.
We're just passing time because Carlos is getting too piping. I hope they're cold. I was going to say piping hot, but they're going to probably be cold.
I mean, I'm chilly over here because I got the AC pumping.
Hey, Chris, can I just say I really enjoy this podcast? It's it's a lot of stress getting set up, but it's a fun time, and
it is.
I mean, I enjoy it, No,
I love doing it. It's such a fun use of time, and I feel like I'm sneaking it in there because I'm running errands normally through the day, and we get to do it. I love it. It's always super fun. It is stressful though. Before I get so stressed.
It's because there's a lot of because we have it's difficult. We're both our own little studios, so we have to make sure everything is dialed in. And, I think also we have PTSD from
I fucked
at the
up
beginning.
So many times.
God.
I
feel like I'm looking forward to a podcast where we don't talk about our technical issues because we're 0 for 5 right now in bringing up our past. But you know what? That's part of the pod. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Okay.
I'm going to go back and watch me.
No, so you're going to Mexico. I'm in town. I'm done. I'm done with all my travel. I'm running that marathon.
Nice.
Well, I guess I'm running the marathon next week. So I'm looking forward to that. That's been wearing on me. I've just been tired. It's like you get to this point where you're stronger, but I just get to the end of the day, because you run a lot. It's like I ran over. For me, it's a lot. It's like you run over 100 and I ran 180 miles last month, I think.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna come up.
You're a machine.
What's crazy though is I listen to these other runners on other podcasts or whatnot. They run like that in a week sometimes. Like there's just such another level you can get to as a runner. But whatever, it's all good. I'm nervous, I'm scared, I'm really excited about Death Valley. It's also funny when you say Death Valley to people, they look at you like, oh my God, you're so hardcore. Die. But the reality is this is one of the easier marathons to go on because it's during the winter. It's going to be very, cool out. It's actually going to be kind of cold, I'm thinking, because of all this rain. So it's not going to be like, there's this one race out in Death Valley called the Badwater 135, and it's 135 miles in the middle of the fucking summer. It's like, It's 100 degrees. You got to climb up fucking hills. You don't stop.
You've done that?
No, I've never done that. I would, my body would just crumble. It's definitely something. I don't know if I have an interest to do that yet either.
When you're running, and you're doing you hit your 10th mile.
Yeah.
I find this interesting. You don't listen to any music when you're running, right? You're just with your thoughts?
I don't. Yeah, I'm with my thoughts. Yeah. It's
Did you used to listen to music and then you're like,
yeah,
gave
definitely.
that up? Or okay. Why do you prefer no music?
Well, it's funny. On this race, I did want to bring music as a tool. At mile 16, you kind of get a little, you get fatigue. I do at least. And I wanted something to take my mind off the fatigue. But this race doesn't allow them. You're not allowed to have headphones.
You can't have any music.
It's a violation of the race. Yeah.
Do you know why? Why that is? Why they have that rule?
Well, they have that rule specifically because we're going to be running on roads where cars are going to be. So they want you to be alert. And that's basically it. They just want you to be fully alert. But I do prefer not to run with music or podcasts or anything like that because I just think it's it's there's something psychedelic and powerful about just kind of wrestling with the thoughts, and I prefer that at this moment. But I don't know, it might change. It's not hardcore. Maybe one day I'll just be I want to listen to some books or whatever while I'm running. I've never been super hardcore about it, but it's definitely harder. I mean, you have a lot of interesting anxieties and thoughts come up while you're on these things, and it's really the challenge is to get through them. It's one interesting thing is I'll think about something that's really challenging, getting the podcast up or the record out or whatever, or an audition or memorizing lines or whatever. I'll try and run my brain through those to keep it occupied. And if it's stressful, my pace will slow down because I'm physically exhausting a part of my body. It's weird. It's an interesting thing. So I am excited to finish it and then have some time off before I go and get into the LA Marathon, which I'll be running next year, motherfucker.
When is the LA Marathon?
That one is March 7th, I believe. So,
okay, yeah.
So I'm going to take a month off and chill, and then I'm going to go into that. And I'll tell you, Rick, I like doing it all because it's something to keep my mind off of acting and work and all that other stuff. It's a great release.
It's a release.
Super fun.
And I imagine the endorphin rush you get at the end's got to be crazy, dude, right? It's just got to feel.
Did you watch that video I sent you the other day?
What video was that?
The natural DMT guy. Did you see that guy?
You didn't send me the video. You just sent me a frame grab. So explain this for people that don't.
Oh my God.
So he does breathing exercises that release DMT in your brain. Did you do it?
No, because I maybe we could put the link to this guy below. I don't know. Is that legal?
Yeah, we can do that. We can put the link
below. My God.
We'll put it on the YouTube.
Yeah, put it on the YouTube.
Yeah.
This fucking guy, I don't know how I stumbled across it. It just must be in my the feed. But it was unlock natural DMT in your mind. And there's a whole world of people that are doing it through yoga breath work. And dude, it was so insane to watch this guy do it. I can't even attempt to do it right now because I'll pass out, but it was super fast. And then,
oh God, here comes Carlos.
Oh, okay.
Keep talking. Oh boy.
But I'm gonna tell you, it was so funny.
Oh
he does this
God.
insane breathing work.
We'll put the link. Chris.
No, it's fine.
Guava, cream cheese.
Oh
pie,
my God.
And then I got us a Cuban sandwich sliced into 3.
What the hell?
When you see Chris,
You're the best. Thank you, buddy. You want to put that in the back seat, or what's good for you?
I'll put it in
put it in the front. He got us a Cuban Well, I don't think you can eat Cuban, so I'm going to eat your third. Don't tell him that. You're
Yeah,
vegetarian.
you can have the
You
Cuban.
just say thank you. Yeah.
Yeah,
He's
thank you,
getting in the
thank
car,
you.
so we're going to...
The mic is on the seat.
Yeah, okay, great. Yeah, the mic's on the seat. Let's see. Come on in here. Can you hear Chris? Chris, talk for us.
Hey, how are you?
Can you hear him? Can you hear him there? No?
I do hear you. When I'm gonna...
Yeah,
You can hear me now.
That's good. Yeah, watch out for the audio recorder back there. We're getting situated, Chris,
We're
okay?
getting situated, buddy.
We're getting involved here. Little technical. It's always
We're
technical.
good. I think we're good, buddy. Oh, let me get my seatbelt on.
Okay, great. He's gonna get his seatbelt on, and then we're gonna take him home.
Drive
Okay.
home.
Yeah. Well, because
I hear you now.
we're at 57. We like to
Okay.
keep these things about an hour.
You know what? It's me. Okay.
No, it's not you. It's actually technology.
I'm kidding.
My earpods
I'm kidding.
are giving me a fucking warning right now.
So
They
listen,
are?
Something
Up. Now we got an explicit podcast. I just said fuck.
Something I
I've
gotta
said it
mention.
a bunch of
Are
times
we
on this
air again?
podcast.
Yeah, we're explicit.
Okay.
Can you hear him?
So I can.
Okay,
Something I want to mention that I didn't mention, by the way. Kind of going back to the tropical since we stopped here, and it's a great spot. It went back more to its roots because the guy who owns El Cochinito in Silver Lake,
Thank you,
Yeah.
by the way.
and no worries.
Cheers.
Man.
Cheers.
He bought El Cafe Tropical. And so he basically, it never really lost like its Cuban theme.
Oh, that's cool.
But because he took it over like not too long ago, I don't think. He changed it up a little bit, it was always very cool and cozy, but he kind of modernized it a little bit, made some changes, and opened it up a little bit and took it back more to its roots.
Okay.
So
That's
I just
right.
wanted to mention that.
That's cool.
Because he's a great guy, and both of the
What's his
spots
name?
are really great. You know what?
You don't want to say?
I forget his name.
It's okay.
I know it's bad.
okay.
Hey.
But because I always say hello to him and blah blah blah. But anyhow.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
This is difficult. Fucking microphone and doing reverse.
And another thing I wanted to touch up on the whole traffic thing. Listen, one of the reasons I live what I call the northeast corner of the city, it's because it's very practical and walkable, and
Right.
there's a lot of history.
That's what I love about Los Feliz.
And there's a lot to do.
It feels like New York in a little bit. but-
Exactly,
yeah.
exactly. And so when I talk about cars, I mean, again, it's kind of like there's something fine about, getting in your car and traveling throughout the city, but I'm really about, again, walking and connecting, and in neighborhoods like again, what I call the northeast corner, or neighborhoods like New York or Chicago, where everything's really connected and you feel like you're part of a community.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
Now-
love that too. There's something fun about you walk down the street and you see
It's
people
great,
you know.
man. It's like listen, when I'm here, I don't use my car
Yeah.
very much. I walk. If I go out, I walk. If I'm going to, of course I walk everywhere, but if I'm going to go out to eat or drinks or whatever, I walk or I Uber,
Watch the
and it's the best.
because you're going like how
Sorry
did I
about
but
that. Sorry about that.
Have you read the book Zen and the Art of Motorcycle Maintenance?
No, but
Robert-
I had Zen in the Art of Archery, but I don't know if I still
This
have
author
that book.
named Robert M. Persig. It's basically like it's a
Is
bit
that
of
coffee
a
good?
it's delicious.
Awesome.
So good. It's like a perfect amount of sweet.
Well, I don't put sugar in mine.
Oh yeah.
And I put sugar in yours because I thought maybe you wanted sugar.
Whoa, give that
I
guy
usually-
a sweet tooth.
I was afraid I put too much
I usually
sugar.
do it black, but I feel like this is like the more traditional way, right?
This is a café con leche, which is
Café con
basically
leche.
a latte in
Yeah,
Spanish.
I love it.
You know what I mean?
Just real quick about
With
this.
Cuban coffee, by the way.
So it's I'm getting some. I'm gonna be hopped up.
But this
Yeah,
is
you're
a,
gonna be
he
jazzed
uses
up,
a
brother.
he uses an organic. He doesn't use the traditional Cuban coffee. He
Okay.
uses an organic type Cuban coffee.
Got
Anyway,
it.
Now,
Now, Carlos.
real quick,
Go
never
ahead,
mind.
Rick.
Fuck me, okay?
Go ahead,
You.
Rick.
When did you?
There's just a little.
go. Just
There's
say
a
what
little
you're gonna
blurb.
say.
There's a little blurb in the book, in this Zen and the Art of Motorcycle
Oh, yeah,
Maintenance,
that's right.
where he talks about when you're on a motorcycle, you're in touch with nature. You're feeling the wind. You get to put your feet on the ground. When you're in a car, we are subconsciously looking at the world as if we're watching a television. So everyone's disconnected in LA because we're all in our own little movie theaters watching. Watching the world.
Yeah, but for those of us that live on this side of town, we are actually
get to walk.
Connected, or much more connected.
And that's why we're
connected.
We're calmer and we're more in touch, unlike Chris.
I love how we have the mountains surrounding us.
I'm calm. I'm one of those calm people you know. You guys not saying I'm calm? I'm very calm. I love it. Now, Carlos, when did you, when I want to get this in real quick. I don't know how far you are from your spot, but when did you get into acting?
You know what, man? When I was younger, I always took to it, you know what I mean? And when we lived in Chicago, because we lived in a fairly rough neighborhood, my mom wouldn't allow me to go play outside very often.
Okay.
So I pretty much created literally a whole world inside of our apartment.
Right.
I really did.
That's cool.
You know what I mean? So there was that aspect, and then there was the aspect of going to the movies, and of course that was... that bounced off each other, you know what I mean? And so as I got older and I always, even here, that whole tradition continued, with the difference that I was able to play outside more and that sort of thing, a lot more. As I got older, and it was time to figure out, okay, what am I going to do with my life? There was a friend of mine who actually is going to be coming here soon for the holidays for a week or so. He and I, we always were messing around, man. And he started going to the LA Theater Academy on the campus of LACC, the Los Angeles Theater Academy.
Okay.
So basically, he kept encouraging me. Hey, man, the academy's great. You gotta come audition. And at the time, I was just working, and I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do. And I sort of already knew that that's what I wanted to do.
Right.
But I hadn't made the decision yet to pursue or go audition for the academy. Anyhow, I auditioned for the academy. My first year was his last year. He got out. It was like a 2 or 3 year program. I did 2 years, and then after that, I got a commercial agent through my same friend who referred me, and then I started going out for commercials, and then after a while I started booking commercials, and I did that for a few years, for a number of years, and I did okay,
Great.
I lived in New York a short time, and then I took a break, and then I came back to it and focused on what I'm doing now, which is television and film, man, and I still do, I'll still go out for some commercials, of course, you know how it is.
Yeah, of course.
We go out for everything, but of course, what I enjoy the most is television and film, man. So that's pretty much the story, man. I've always kind of had a thing for it and enjoyed it, and yeah, I just made that decision when I was, when I was younger, man. And
is there a clip that we could play in this podcast that you something recent that you want to share?
If you want to.
Usually we figure this out beforehand, but we didn't do it with you.
If you want to
tell us what this clip is, and we'll stick it in.
I most recently I worked on one of the shows that I worked on more recently was S.W.A.T.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
I know 2 people on that show.
Oh, sweet, man. Who's that?
I know Lou Ferrigno Jr.
Nice. Yeah.
And then this woman, Michelle Boyd, she plays his wife, I believe, on the show. We did a thing together.
Nice.
Anyways, it's not about me. This is such a dumb LA thing. I know someone on that show.
No, but listen.
I know someone there.
It's conversation, man. It's conversation.
But that's cool. Okay, so maybe we could show a scene from SWAT.
We could show something from SWAT.
Yeah.
We'll show it right now. Let's take a look at it.
All right, let's take a look.
Sergeant Harrison, LAPD SWAT. Are you Pam?
Yes, General Manager, and this is my head of security, John Custer.
Commander Hicks briefed us on the situation. I looped the block. No sign of the blue pick will be described.
All right, show me where the money's kept and the routes in and out.
That wasn't an accident. accident.
Oh, that's a distraction. They're robbing the vault now. What's the quickest way? Service elevator to the right. All emergency and security personnel to the track immediately.
That was great. That was great.
Thank you, man. It was fun. It was fun.
That was great.
And you were in that great, you were in an awesome sketch comedy show that's on Netflix right now. It got renewed.
Yeah. What is it? I think you should leave.
I think you should leave. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, you're one of my favorite actors, Carlos. You're
Thank you.
Yeah,
man.
you're very grounded, and I feel like you're just real.
I appreciate that, man. And you know what? Likewise, man. I think you're awesome. You and Candy both. I think you guys.
Oh, thank
everything
you.
that you guys. No, really. I mean, everything that you guys do is awesome. You know, the filmmaking, the acting, the whole thing, man. The comedy, and you're doing it.
Yeah, it's fun.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, you're doing it, and that's what it's all about, man. You know, we do what we do, and we keep doing it, and you know, I think, yeah, man, it's a lot of fun, man. You know what I mean? And you know, the more we can make a living at it, the better. You know what I mean?
If you were to talk to like a young kid right now, like a young version of you, he's out there, he's listening to this podcast. What are some like imparting words that you would give to the youth that's trying to break in?
Wow, that's a good question, man. That's a good question. You know, I guess one of the things I would say is, man, take advantage of every opportunity. I mean, you know, I kind of believe like there's sometimes you have opportunities that maybe you're not that interested in, and that's okay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? For whatever reason, you know, or you don't feel it's necessary for you to take, and that's okay.
Right.
But definitely take advantage of opportunities. You know, be humble, and you know what, man, do the work. If you're in this business or whatever business you're in, learn the business, and enjoy it, man. Enjoy the ride.
Yeah.
Because that's what it's about, man.
Yeah.
It's about the ride.
Yeah.
It's about the ride. You know, and you know, I think, you know, we've heard that. You know, we see it.
Yeah.
We see it written. We hear it, or we've heard it. But that's the truth, man.
Yeah.
So
This is all about the journey.
It is. Yeah. It's
Yep.
not. Once you get the thing, you're like, okay, now what? What's next?
Yeah, man. Absolutely. You know, and I think it's important also to enjoy other things, man. You know, don't get so consumed by. I mean, obviously, if we're in this business, or again, whatever business you're in, it's important to enjoy other aspects of your life.
Yeah.
You know, friends, family.
We were just talking about that, yeah.
Yeah, downtime, alone time.
Yeah.
You know, whatever hobbies or sports you may enjoy, travel, because that's only going to make you a better artist, a better whatever you do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It'll inform those other things.
And listen again. It's life. There are so many things to learn and explore and experience and blah blah blah. You know what I mean?
Well, that's a great little note to end on. I wish we could.
That's great.
I always want to go longer, but
I think we need to make this podcast like a 2-hour, 3-hour podcast.
This stupid podcast. I was supposed to get this charging cable, and this thing's about to shut off, and that'll be the end of our podcast.
Well,
okay.
I timed it pretty well.
I hope everyone enjoyed
We got to
this.
get you back on, like, because
I would love to, man.
Yeah,
I would
was
love
a lot
to.
of fun.
Yeah. Hey, enjoy the Cuban sandwich and the guava cream cheese pie.
Thank you, buddy, and thank
Thank
for
you
this
so
coffee.
much. Oh, my God.
No worries, man.
Carlos, thank you for being on the show, man.
Thanks for having me, man. It was fun. It was awesome.
Yeah.
All right.
I like that we took a little drive.
It was good.
Very comfy.
Hey, Chris, I lied. I'm going to have you close out the podcast and give some parting words, and
okay.
Carlos and I are going to sign off.
Great. All right.
Yeah.
I
All
just
right,
pulled to the
you
side of the
close
road.
it out, buddy, and you close out the little podcast, Chris.
All
and
right,
I love
I will.
you, and I'll talk to you later.
Talk to you later,
Later,
Rick.
Chris.
All right, you
See
too.
ya. Bye-bye.
Talk to you later. Bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, I was gonna park here, but I am. Let's see here. I guess we're done. Gonna end up lost connection on that, but we're all good. Hold on one second here. All right, this was Bumper to Bumper. I am your host, Chris Candy. I was along with the lovely Rick Darge and Carlos Arellano. Did I do that right? I probably did it wrong. I'm getting to my destination too. This was episode 5 of Bumper to Bumper. You can get it on all the places you get podcasts. I think that's the first time I've ever done anything like that. And we also got the YouTube channel, subscribe and all that nonsense. I'm getting to my destination too, here at the Cactus Store in Echo Park. All right. Thank you all for listening to Bumper to Bumper, and have a great week. We'll talk to you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.